universe is a pretty fun place to live in. It's full of colour and excitement and adventure, and all the planets orbit around it in their tight-knit groups as they go about their fun and exciting existences. Except this one. This planet doesn't have a name. Nobody ever bothered to give it one. In fact, I'm not sure anybody even knows it exists. They never bothered to find out. Not that there's much to see. The whole planet is a barren wasteland without a single scrap of life on it. Except for Frank. This is Frank. Frank is the only living thing on the entire planet. I'm not quite sure why he's called Frank. Nobody knows he exists, so nobody's ever called him Frank. But he's Frank nonetheless. Frank has a special talent. He can turn his eyes around so that they face each other. His eyes are best friends. They have many long conversations, debating politics and world affairs. Not that either of them know what it means. Although it isn't as good as having another living thing to talk to, and although it gives him a slight headache, it's a big comfort to Frank, and for a little while after he won't feel lonely. Winter is Frank's favourite time of year, because with winter comes snow, and with snow comes snowmen. Although snowmen don't move, they are the closest thing Frank has to someone else. Well, we all go through tough love at some point in our lives. Frank was nothing if not resourceful, so he decided to turn his talents to something of a more permanent nature. But even the best laid plans. Frank had a ball. He wasn't sure how he got it or why he had it. He had no one to kick it to. Frank's main activity with the ball was to throw it a really long way and then go looking for it. But due to the planet's low gravity, it was often several years before he caught up with it. If anything, it kept him moving. He had discovered many things on his ball-finding expeditions across the planet, like a rather large crater, an area of dirt that was a slightly lighter shade of grey than the rest, and a rock that was exactly the same size and shape as a very strangely shaped rock. One day, when Frank was in the second year of his latest attempt to find his ball, he heard a strange sound and saw a strange light falling from the sky. And then, there it was. A thing, another living thing, a moving, breathing, thinking thing. Frank couldn't believe his eyes. In a fit of hysterical joy, he slid as fast as he could to greet the other thing. But there it went. He never even got to tell it that his name was Frank. As he watched the thing flying off into the sky, he finally realized what he was feeling. He was alone. But the thing had come from somewhere that wasn't there. So perhaps the thing had come from its own somewhere. Perhaps there were lots of other somewheres, like Frank's, but with lots of other things on them to talk to who he could tell his name to. Hopefully, Frank looked up at the sky, and there it was, a planet, like his own, but with colour, light, possibility. If the thing could get from one planet to another, then so could Frank. So he decided that he would build his own somewhere mover betweener to get him to another planet, He was ready. Frank had built the thing that he was now going to call a pocket, or something like that. He had made all the necessary calculations to get him to the other thingy in the sky. He'd done everything, and now he was ready. Oh. He'd forgotten to put in a floor. As Frank recovered from the shock, he decided that this was the way life was supposed to be. You're on your own and you just have to live with it. Still, it worked out for the best in the end, because due to a slight miscalculation in the ratio of distance to size, the other planet was a little smaller than he'd thought.